Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Wednesday, December 1st, 2010. Well, folks, the market's having a huge updated day. Monster day for In The Money Stocks as well, as a 20% winner was booked today, and other plays exactly called as is worked out perfectly. All right, Dow up 233 points, NASDAQ up 55, S&P 500 up 18, basically 1.5 to 2% gains across the board. Now, first off, you have to realize why the market's up. I gave this as a play-by-play in the previous couple videos on what I expected, and it continues to be holding true. Basically, you have a situation with the global economy. When anything erupts out of Europe or Asia, meaning North Korea, the markets will tank. Why? Because the Federal Reserve cannot control the markets in that situation. It's a short span where panic hits and they don't have the ability to control it. However, if things remain quiet, as they did overnight and this morning, and even to the positive side a little bit, the markets will rally. And again, yesterday in the nightly video for the Research Center members, I said clearly, as long as you don't have news, I have an upside bias on this market. And when I say news, I mean global news. I don't care news in the market, in the U.S. market. That doesn't matter, folks. I'm saying that right now. The Fed has full control of that. They're using the eraser to put out the news that they want. That's fine. It's global news that the Fed does not have control over. And sure enough, overnight, you didn't have anything negative happen. The dollar started to drop. As the dollar dropped, the futures got a bid. We know that's inverse to the dollar. Remember, when the euro is dropping dramatically because of all these bailouts that are going to be happening in Europe, the dollar has to respond by going higher. That hurts the U.S. markets. It's an inverse relationship. So the markets, as you can see today, gapped up, unbelievably big gap up to the 120.20 level. We just so happen to have a trend line right there. The markets continued up. We call this a river theory. Those of you in the Research Center clearly know it in the intraday stock chat what a river theory is. That's telling you the markets will most likely head higher based on the river theory. And again, sure enough, that was true. You went beautifully right up to this level right here at 120.70 and pulled back. Consolidation, broke through 120.70, went to the next level right up here at 121.20. That is a resistance area per the calls in the intraday stock chat and the nightly video. Sure enough, you get a pullback. In addition to a pullback, you get a little bit of a topping tail here. Notice the topping tail right into the level. You're going short right at this level. You already have a topping tail that tells you more downside. You get a little bit more downside. Obviously, markets should be, or you should be taking profits off the table. So great intraday trading right now. Remember, everything we teach here on an intraday basis, you can translate over to the daily charts. So if you're a swing trader and investor, use the same principles. Now, one little interim thing before we get into some key stock charts, what I want to just mention as well, you have the webinar this weekend. It's our methodology webinar. Things that we don't even teach in the Research Center, we will be revealing in this webinar this weekend. It's on Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, start time. Go to In The Money Stocks under the Education Seminars and Webinars tab and sign up for it. In addition to signing up for it and getting all the knowledge that we will reveal in there, you will get all the projections out to 2011 through 2011 and a free week of the chat that you can use over the next month whenever you see fit. All right, so again, a lot of incentives. It's our last webinar of 2010. We're going to go out with guns blazing here and, again, utilize it to make money. That's the bottom line. One of the levels that, again, you guys saw if you just watched the video I previously did was TORM. TORM, great gain today on TORM, folks. We booked a lot of money on this play. I gave this out over the last few trading days to all our members of In The Money Stocks, and sure enough, really paying dividends today. It's up $1.25, but was up close to $2 when it was at the highs here. It's pulled back off of that a little bit. Great gain on that. Take a look at the chart. Perfect buy right on the 50 moving average, and again, soaring all the way up to my target level right up here. Other plays in motion here from the Research Center. JP Morgan, the buy was right at this level right down here, a pierce of it, and sure enough, it continues to move up. I do think there's more upside here on JP Morgan over the next few days as well, possibly upwards of this 38.50, possibly even 39, which would be the 50 moving average up here. Bank of America, which broke $11 yesterday, it's rebounding back up. I don't really like this play though anymore. It was a good double bottom. It closed below. Technically speaking, that's a broken chart. Even if they save it, which they're trying to do here, I still don't like it. It's not getting a big enough bounce off double bottom, and it technically punctured that level, so I'm not a big fan of the Bank of America chart. Even if it does bounce a little, I still think there are better trades out there to be had. Take a look at Chevron today. Chevron having a big up day. Chevron had pulled back nicely right into the 200 in the intraday stock chat. I gave the low of the day. Just before I stepped off the mic today at 11 o'clock, I gave the exact low right here. I said, Pierce, wait for a pierce of the 200 moving average. Like I said, right here. There it is. Look at the chart since then. All right, just understand the technicals. Wait for them. Be patient. Too many traders are undisciplined. They always rush into trades early, then they're out of the money. It's not that they're wrong on the trade, it's that they find themselves down on it because they rushed in. Then when it goes back to the flat line, they get greedy, they wait for more, it doesn't give more, it falls back down based on a bear flag. Lots of issues that you have to watch for. But again, that's what we strive to do. Educate you in the research center, give you the discipline, teach you the rules, teach you the proprietary techniques that we have given out and we have developed, and you will be a better trader for it, a profitable trader for it. All right, ExxonMobil having a big day today. Take a look at that, up $1.82. Just huge moves everywhere. I mean, there's nothing that's not up in a major way. Google's up 13, Baidu's up 2, Apple's up almost 6, Amazon's up 3.5, Research in Motion up another $1.92 here. Intel's up 35 cents, Microsoft's up 78 cents. That's a huge move on Microsoft. Take a look at that, folks. Big monster move on Microsoft. Look at this move down. Looks like it was getting pretty weak. It tried to break down yesterday off of this bear flag. See this bear flag right here? Down red candle, sideways trading, starts to break down, negates it. That's a failed bear flag yesterday. Please understand that. Actually, 2 in a row. Make sure you see this, folks. Again, I'll teach this more in tonight's video, but nonetheless, notice the breakdown here and the tail. That's a failed bear flag. Then yesterday, it gaps down, fails again as it rallies back up. Whenever you have a failed bear flag or bull flag, the opposite move occurs in a major way. Look at the move up on Microsoft today to the 20 moving average. Perfect little kiss of the 20. That's your resistance point. I think the markets are probably near a top for the day. I think that topping tail might be the top end. You do have the beige book at 2 p.m. Eastern time today, but for the most part, the markets are up to the point where I'm seeing a little bit of resistance coming in. If we go back to the SPY on an intraday basis, again, you can see here, you're right at 121. You still have that little topping tail and resistance at 121.20 right there. Again, that's another short that I nailed here. Just utilize these powers, folks. They will give you profits if you use them right and if you go by all the levels and key stops and so forth and profit targets. You just have to know what you're doing. It's not hard, believe it or not. If you look at the spiders on the daily chart, I don't usually cover the daily. I'm just going to quickly cover this. Look at the gap up today. Perfect river theory even on the daily chart. A gap up above the previous resistance and above the 20. That tells you it's going higher. At least if for today, and it did go higher. As we know from the gap up, we have moved dramatically higher. Take a look at the intraday. Gaps up here, and then this is where it is currently. All right, that's what I mean by a river theory for on the intraday basis. Gaps above this. I would not be surprised to see this market go back to a double top up here or even a little bit higher. Something we've discussed, and I even alerted my members to yesterday in the nightly video. I said, guys, as long as there's no crazy news, if things quiet down globally, you're going higher. Bottom line. That easy, folks, all right? So, again, that's what we're seeing here. Let's quickly cover oil on an intraday basis. Oil, again, beautiful move up $1 on the USO. That continues to look like it could go higher. Basically, this is what I gave, and this is another tremendous call in the nightly video. I said I'm bearish on the dollar yesterday, slightly bearish, and I said neutral on gold and oil. Sure enough, what's the dollar doing today? Down. Bearish, nailed. Beautifully. All right, dollar down. Again, that's helping the markets go up. And then gold and oil, I was neutral on. And those are both up a little bit on the day. Gold's up 50 cents on the GLD. Well, not a big move there. Oil's having a very good day, though. And again, just understanding that and understanding the risk rewards allows you to pick these levels to play and make money on. All right. Goldman Sachs having an okay day, up about $2.90. As we talked about earlier, JP Morgan above and really at the 50 or at the highs of the day right here, up 66 cents or so. So good moves there. There will be more small cap alerts coming out for the research center. There will be more large cap alerts coming out for the research center. Remember, it's all about being on the cutting edge of the play, not waiting for it to happen. Literally, there were 3 days where I talked about TORM to my members in the nightly video, in the research center, and in the intraday stock chat. The stock was trading at $8. Today it hit $10.39 3 days ago. It didn't move literally for 3 days or so. It was hovering up 20 cents maybe or so. Didn't really do anything. Then again, nailed it. And that's the beauty of it. Let everyone get in first of our members. Then it rallies up and then we just sell right into it beautifully. So well done for those of you that made money on TORM. Congratulations. I know I booked a ton of money there as well. And that's what it's all about, folks. We'll have another play coming out shortly. Be ready. Take care.